Today on Lug Nut, I'm going to show you how to do a budget lift on your Sahara or Sport JL chassis Wrangler using all OEM parts from a Rubicon. So managed to pick these up off of Facebook Marketplace for, I think it was 250 bucks. And we'll measure it up. We'll see exactly what kind of lift we get out of it for a little bit of work and a very small amount of cash. All right, let's get after it. So the major differences, of course, are your sway bar end links, rear springs, front springs, and front and rear shocks. It did come with a track bar, but looking at the part number, that is standard for all JLUs, or JL chassis. So I went and measured it first. So I went and measured from the floor, just put a mark here. We got 37 inches at the front and 38 at the back. So we will we'll see what we get when we're done. All right, so first thing, you want to work safely. Get some jack stands, get a floor jack, something good that'll actually support the weight, not blocks of wood, stuff like that. Just work safely, don't die, that'd be great. So we're at the front. We've got good 6-ton jack stands under the frame rails, so it's all good and secure and safe. It'd be awesome if it was way higher in the air, but whatever. First thing I need to do, once I got the wheels off, is I'm going to take my floor jack, put it back underneath the center of the front axle, because I'm going to start unbolting items. So we don't want to lift the vehicle up, but we do want to take a little bit of, want to put a little tiny bit of compression into the springs, just so that when we start undoing the sway bar end links, the shocks, we're going to loosen the ends off of the trailing arms. That way it will allow the bushing to reset. If you don't do that, even though it's only a small amount, at rest, the bushings will be under tension, and we don't want that, otherwise then it'll have premature bushing failure. So I'll grab that floor jack and we'll lift it up just a hair. Of course, the shocks, top of the shocks, we can get through, we can get at just there. Not too bad. Let's see. There we go. One bolt. There we go. That'll work. There we go. 18. Okay, so we got our shock out. We got our both upper arms loosened. We got this lower loosened. We got to do the sway bar end link, which I'm going to be honest, I'm going to pull this out. I'm pretty sure, looking at it, that it's actually the exact same part. So we'll see. We'll pull the bottom one off. Again, that's 18 mil. Good thing the grate is on the sump, because that would have been followed by a little spruce, and that would suck. Yeah, these are the exact same part. Look for a part number on them, which I can't see, but yeah, they're exactly the same. So I'm going to keep these as spares. We're going to leave it be. I'm going to quickly zip around to the other side, pull that shock, loosen off the lower arm, same as I did on this side, and undo the end link, and I should be able to lower the jack, let it down, and the spring should come off of the seat there. Okay, so I got everything done on that side. Oh, except the lower controller. I'll do that real quick, and then I'll be able to lower this front diff. All right, let's see what happens. All right, well there we have it. It definitely dropped down. Whew. This guy's got to kind of watch the old brake lines, I guess. There we go. All right. Pop that out. Get this insulator out. So now it used to be with Chrysler that if a part number ended with a odd number, it was the left-hand side. If it ended in a even number, it was the other side. But for some reason, this spring part number is even. So I want to make sure that I have them on the right corner. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use the old Google 590913661 AC. And we'll just check it, and nothing matches. Awesome. Isn't that terrific? If I use the right part number, that'd be great. It's actually this 6 number. So it's 68253661 AC. There we go. Front coil spring, front left. Yeah, there we go. So on my Mopar parts, yeah, so that is definitely the front left coil spring. So that's good. We will put it all back together the way it came off. Of course, there's a little tab that goes in a hole over there. Lock off some of this dirt. It's not like this thing's ever really seen the mud, but enough apparently that it is muddy. So put that on there. Squeeze this up in. So there's a little pocket here on that, and you want that end of your coil spring to sit right in that pocket. There we go. All right, so once we get weight on it, that will go in its place. All right, so as per normal, things don't always go super smooth. Guys got to, there's this little bracket here. I need to get a little bit more droop out of this, so I'm gonna actually pull this one off on each side. That way we won't wreck these brake lines. All right, so it's funny how things are the same, but they're never quite the same. It's just the way the diff is positioned and weighted over on this side, a little higher on that side. So I've got that other side buttoned up. The only thing I don't have is shock, sway bar end link on this side, and tighten the upper and lower control arms. And then put the tires on, jack it up, set it down, and hit it with a tape measure. Okay, that's that. Okay, I'll just zip underneath there. Oh, how quickly I forget. Those have to be done once the vehicle's down. And all right, well, I guess we'll throw some tires on. Okay, so for everybody who's looking at it going, he's just hammering it with the Ugga Duggas. I've actually got a program to max out at 80. I've checked it a couple hundred times. It is darn close. When I put a torque wrench on, I'll get like an eighth of a turn and it'll click at 100. So gotten to trust it. All right, so I know we haven't road tested and haven't settled everything out, but if you remember factory springs and shocks, this was sitting at 37 right here, 38 1/4. So there we go. We'll call it an inch. Once that settles out, a little bit different stance. So, and now we can go a little bigger tire. So, all right, we'll get after the back and then we'll road test the thing.